welcome back to my channel, back with another video. I know I have a video where I talk about travel nursing stuff that's like a year old, but I've been doing travel nursing for 2 years now, and I thought I should update you guys from some of the questions that I had got in the comments or in my DMs or in my email. Let's get into it. First question is how long to wait before I become a travel nurse. I will let you know most places want at least 1 to 2 years of experience. As I stated in a previous video, it still remains, and it's 1 to 2 years in whatever specialty that you're in. So if you want to do emerge, you have to have 1 to 2 years emergency experience. If you want to do labor and delivery, same thing. Long-term care, same thing, etc., etc. So that's that. Which program did I take for RPN? I did take the RPN program at Centennial College, the Flex program. Can you work with more than one agency? The answer is absolutely. I encourage you to get more than one agency. Some agencies don't go certain places and other agencies do, or stuff like that. I would encourage to have more than one. Can family come with me on my assignments? Yes, your family can come with you on your assignments for most cases. You just have to let them know ahead of time and they'll make accommodations for you. Food stipends. So I have only been travel nursing in BC. I have a license for Ontario, BC, and an inactive license currently for Nova Scotia. BC does not offer a stipend, and I have never actually taken a travel assignment here in Ontario. I only do local agency work when I do pick up here. I shouldn't say BC doesn't have stipends. They include the stipend in your wage. But I just say BC doesn't have stipend because the wage in BC for travel nurses are a lot lower compared to everywhere else. And they already include the stipend in there. So it's nothing extra, it's the wage that they're giving you. Which would lead me to my next question, what are they paying in BC? So I actually want to bring that up. I'm going to bring up some numbers that were sent out. At the end of the year, they were sending out some of the rates that they were paying in each province. So in PEI for RNs, the rate was from this one particular agency, $85 to $95 an hour, plus per diem on work days. So you would get per diem unspecified here on your work day. Newfoundland and Labrador, looking for NPs, RNs, LPNs, and healthcare aides. Nurse practitioners were getting the wages $115 to $125 an hour. RNs, $85 to $100 an hour. LPNs, $55 to $65 an hour, and healthcare aides, $30 to $40 an hour, plus per diem on your work days. Again, per diem's unspecified in these quotes. And then Saskatchewan, they were looking for both nurse practitioners, RNs, and LPNs. NP, $115 to $122 an hour. RNs, $85 to $100 an hour. And LPNs, $55 to $65 an hour. Again, plus per diem on work day. For Alberta, they needed RNs, LPNs, and healthcare aides with per diem on work days. RNs would get $85 to $120 an hour. LPNs, $40 to $55 an hour. Healthcare aides, $30 to $40 an hour. And then we have New Brunswick. They were looking for OR nurses. OR nurses was for $110 to $120 per hour in certain regions. RNs was $85 to $100 an hour. LPNs is $55 to $65 an hour, plus per diem per day. In BC, they're looking for RNs, RPNs, which for them is a registered psychiatric nurse. So for those two, you would get $55 to $60 an hour. For LPNs, you get $43 to $50 an hour. And for healthcare aides, it's $30 to $35 an hour. In Ontario, the rate differs per hospital and per facility. Same thing in Quebec. But those are the list of places that this particular agency had going. And that's what we're looking at right now for rates. How long are your assignments? So my assignments, or anybody's assignments, can vary. I noticed that outside of British Columbia, they have been requesting for longer time frames. They want you to go for about 3 months minimum. Typically, if you have gone on an assignment outside of the province of BC and you've had a shorter contract, I would love to know, one, who your agency is, and two, how long did you go for? Let a girl know. That's just what I've noticed. Anytime they send out emails regarding going elsewhere, that's what I've... So for me, I vary on how long I go. It depends on my schedule. Last year, they committed to me not staying home for longer than 3 weeks at a time. So my breaks would be anywhere from 1 week to 3 weeks in between each contract that I would be home. I've never gone from one contract directly to the next. For me, I come home to deal with my business and then I head back out. Some people prefer to go for months at a time and not do the back and forth. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's a lot of effort to be going back and forth on the plane. Very tiring, very draining. Yeah, for me, like, yes, it's tiring, but it's still my preference. Like, I would prefer not to be gone for 3 months at a time. I did that once, said I would never do it again. But also, we don't ever want to say never. It's still a possibility. If I get a really good contract somewhere, I would definitely just go as long as possible. And this is the flexibility that you have when you are doing travel nursing. I didn't answer the question, did I? I usually go anywhere from 2 weeks to as long as 8 weeks. Usually I find my sweet spot is between 4 and 6 weeks. Honestly, if you could go longer, just go longer. Just go longer, because a lot of the back and forth is stressful and really unnecessary. But it's my choice, right? Do you need a license in every single province? Yes, you do need a license in every single province. In British Columbia, they've recently introduced something called the Multijurisdictional license, where if you are licensed in another province, you may qualify for this license. I believe I am good with this license until next year. I have a year with this license and then I have to renew it. I keep my license here in Ontario. I don't pay for my BC license. Thank God. Because BC is, I think, the most expensive license. That's just how that's going. But I do still pay every year for my Ontario license to have that, and so that I can still pick up shifts when I'm home. When I got my license for Nova Scotia, it was almost the end of their cycle, so when they have to renew again. So I personally just did not renew my license because I, for the life of me, couldn't get a Nova Scotia contract. So I kind of just left that alone, and if the opportunity presents itself, then I will reconsider reinstating it. I'm not sure how difficult that process is going to be for me. I've heard people have struggled with their license getting reinstated once they come out of that active license phase. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The next question is independent contractor or corporation, or there's also employee. I've been an employee. I currently work as an independent contractor for one of my companies, still technically an employee for my other one. However, it's been a while since I picked up a shift from them. I personally like the independent contractors so far. we'll get back to that once I do my taxes. I'm least knowledgeable in the corporation. However, recently I have been considering it. Just based off talking to people, it seems to be that there are more things that you could cover right off with your taxes if you are a corporation. So that's why it's been a consideration for me. In terms of picking and choosing, everyone's saying, oh, an accountant. And the reason why is none of us want to get in trouble for sending you down the wrong route. And so I'm going to repeat that. If you want further details about incorporation, employee, independent contractor, do speak to an accountant, because also everyone's financial situation is different. We don't know how each person is using their money. For me personally, the reason why I choose to keep myself as an independent contractor is because I'm just not ready to move into a corporation just yet, because of lack of knowledge. Still trying to figure that out before I go ahead and make that leap. Another question is, how do you get contracts? A lot of the contracts I get is through a recruiter. Mostly take contracts with Quick Care, which is a sister company for Elite, and they don't have a particular recruiter that I speak to. Email my recruiter, let them know my dates, and I'd be like, oh, I want to go, or they send me a list, or they send a list out, because they will send out emails of places that might need help, and your minimum time that you have to submit your dates for, and you email them back, let them know, hey, I'm interested, I would like to go here, give them your dates, and then you wait. Could be days, could be weeks, could be, I wouldn't suggest going past a month of waiting. If you are booking in advance, like let's say right now we're in January, so if you're booking for like April, May, then maybe you can wait longer if you'd like, if you really want to go to that place. I don't think I would wait longer than a month to get an answer. I just feel like it shouldn't take that long. Yeah, that's my update for now. I currently, for this year, plan to do the same thing I did last year in terms of not taking longer than 3 weeks off at a time. I'm trying to book my contracts in advance. Right now, I have up until March booked for me. We're now looking to book for April and May for now. I haven't mapped out the dates entirely yet, so we're not going to go into June. Right now, we're just working on April and May. I hope this update serves you well. I can be reached on Instagram at ThenurseSage. I can be reached via email at ThenurseSage@gmail.com, or you can come find me on TikTok. I'm a little more active on there. Also, again, ThenurseSage. Leave your questions down below. I'm always watching there. Guys, I'm at 400 followers. Thank you so much for subscribing. A lot of you guys have sent your comments, your likes, your words of encouragement, and all of that stuff while I was off trying to figure my life out, getting these videos planned out in my brain. A lot of you guys still subscribe, still like the videos, still watch the videos, and I appreciate it. I know we're celebrating small wins here because we know the bigger ones are coming. But right now, we're grateful for the small wins, and I'm grateful for every single one of you guys that are watching and participating in my content. With that being said, this is a wrap for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.